Since there is still no sign of the Supreme Court ordering the Pollution Control Department or PCD and relevant agencies to clean up the contaminated Klity Creek, residents have decided to take things in their own hands. Lead contamination has been affecting villagers in Kanchanaburi's lower Klity Creek area for 14 years now, and their condition has yet to improve due to the high levels of lead in the bed of the stream. Pracha Arun Sisuwan, a 48-year-old farmer, is a perfect example.
หลายปีแล้วนะประมาณสัก5 ปี 6 ปีแล้วแหละครับนี่ทุกวันนี้ก็ยังไม่ค่อยสบายเท่าไหร่ก็ทางนาก็ไหวแต่ว่ามันก็
Even though he was diagnosed as having high levels of lead in his system, he still had to work on his 45-rai corn farm every day in order to support his family. Another 49-year-old woman lost her sight to the lead poisoning, and her husband left her to fend for herself and their young children. She now lives in a small hut with her 2 sons, who have also been diagnosed with lead contamination. She said no health officials have come to her village for a few years now to hand out medicines. Vichai has to wake up early every morning to cook breakfast and help her bathe before heading to school. He also needs to return home at about noon to give his mom lunch.
ตอนตื่นแต่เช้านี่6 โมงครับตื่น6 โมงเช้าทำอะไรบ้างครับผมเช่นก็หุงข้าวครับแล้วยังไงต่อครับหุงข้าวเสร็จแล้วก็กินข้าวเสร็จก็ไปหาข้าวโพดครับแล้วแม่อยู่ไหนแม่อยู่คนเดียวครับหาข้าวโพดเสร็จกี่โมง
The pollution began in 1967 when a factory run by Lead Concentrate Company began dumping poisons into the 19-kilometer-long Klity Creek. It was only forced to shut down in 1998. Local villagers were urged to stop consuming water or fish from the stream and instead rely on rainwater or mountain water for their daily use. However, some villagers continue eating fish from the creek even after PCD found high levels of lead contamination in aquatic life in the stream in 1998. After discovering the contamination, PCD decided to build a rock-check dam to sieve out the lead sediment and allow the creek to recover naturally. It said dredging the creek would have a negative impact and maybe even spread the lead-tainted sediment down to the Maglong River. PCD later said people could consume water from the creek provided they boiled it first, but warned people against consuming fish and other tainted aquatic animals such as crab, shellfish, and shrimp from the creek. However, it appeared like the recovery operation set up by PCD took far too long to work. And in 2008, some 151 villagers filed the complaint with the administrative court. The Supreme Court is now looking into the case, and while they await a verdict, a group of environmental activists like Greenpeace have teamed up with the villagers to help rehabilitate the stream. They are considering 2 options: getting the villagers to dredge the tainted sediment and have it treated elsewhere, or build a canal to temporarily drain the creek in order to remove the poisoned sediment. If these 2 options don't work, they might try to use chemical substances to freeze the tainted sediment to prevent it from further contaminating the stream. The villagers, meanwhile, are eager to provide the manpower because they need access to clean water to survive. Jularat Sang Pasa and Pongpon San Samak, The Nation's report.